Hi everyone. I want to show you how to make an assignment cell phone friendly on the Teams. So I'm going to walk you through an assignment that I'm going to start from scratch because I want you to see what I do to help it be successful and effective, but also so that our students can access them easier. So I go to assignments. Here we go. And then I create. Now, this is the thing that I do. I usually go with quiz just because I can ask not only multiple choice questions, but I can also ask open-ended questions. And when it needs to be graded, it's actually like pretty easy to grade. I don't like to do the assignment because on assignment, it does give you an option to add resources. And sometimes our kids have phones that they can't open up Microsoft, or Microsoft Live is glitchy, or it's not as fluid as you want it to be. Maybe if I see that students are completely able to use the quiz in the quiz form, then I can go ahead and try it in this way. But we're not going to do that. We're going to create it in quiz. And let's say I said, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start a new one. So I am going to start on plants. We'll do something on plants. I am going to make a new quiz, and I'm going to call this plant properties. And I'll go ahead and add a new. For this one, I can either do multiple choice or I can do text. So I'm going to show you two ways that I do this. You can also do rating. You can do them. You can have them schedule a date, and then you can also do Likert, which is like they can agree, disagree, and you can set up a yes or no. So this says to gauge attitudes. You could upload a file, but again, you want to make this cell phone friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and make up a question right now. That's not where the title is. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Here we go. So I'm going to put a screenshot of a presentation that I usually do. So with every single assignment, I make sure they have a presentation before it, and then I usually take screenshots from that presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, I didn't prepare anything, so I'm just going to take this one. That picture is going to come out on mobile. It is, it compares plants and animals, so I'll just use this one. The question is going to be, how do plants make their own food? And then I can go ahead and put two answers. So I'll put, they capture it. No. I'll put, they hunt it. No, because that could be also kind of right. Let's put, they don't make their own food. We'll put, they use the sunlight to make their food. And you can add more options. Let's see, let's say, they get food from the soil. And we can say water is their only food. So, I mean, these don't make sense, right? Then I end up clicking. That means that it's correct, and I can move on to something else. So let's say I'm going to do a form that I want them to type this in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a text. I'm going to ask let's see, what can we ask about plants? Let me see what images I have right now. Let's see. Let's say we can go ahead and we'll put this little frog, and we'll talk about, we'll do this, okay. We'll say, how do plants help animals? And so we can give different examples. So you could put the answers here. I try not to do this because I don't want it to try and grade what they put. Like, they can put a lot of things. They give animals a home. They give animals shade. Animals can eat them. That's just like an example. But I'm waiting for this to load. So this might be taking too long. I wonder if I can delete it. Sometimes it takes a while. You just gotta kind of wait for it. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this one, but if you like wait, sometimes it just takes 5 minutes, and you just have to come back and redo it. I'm gonna redo it because it's driving me crazy. Let's see. We'll use the bat instead. This image might just be a little bit too big for it. I noticed the bigger like images sometimes won't load the way that I want them to. Let's see, oh, it doesn't want to do it. We're gonna do one more time, and if it doesn't work, then we're gonna move on. Let's try a different image, something with plants, and maybe we can even change the question to, let's do, I see a plant in here. I don't know what this one is about. Domains. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it'll work. In the meantime, I hope you're having a fantastic day while we're waiting. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, so let's ask a different question this time. Describe one property of plants that is related to animals. And so with this one, they are both animals and plants are both in the domain Eukarya. My students have been learning about it. So really they could just choose any of these. And that would be completely fine. So let's say, okay, you know what? Plant properties, this is good. This is a good quiz. I can actually just X out and I can now go back to creating my assignment. So now I'm going to create an assignment. So I'm going to put quiz. And if I look, it now pops up under forms. And I don't have to do a Microsoft Word. So let me see. Let me go ahead and put next. And of course, the thing that I love to do is I always want to put some kind of video with me teaching it. I don't have anything for this because I'm just kind of making this up. This is actually a video to one of my YouTubes that I was just overviewing right now. I don't know which one it is, but if you put it this way, the kids can't click on it. If I were to assign it, the kids will not be able to press the link. So what you have to make sure you do is when you put a link that you're clicking the link sign, and then this blue box should come up. Once you put it this way, then it becomes a hyperlink that you can actually click. So if you're not making it an appropriate link, the cell phone users, they can't use it. Like they can't even copy it. If you're on the computer and you don't put the link, the kids can't right click and press copy, but they can highlight control and press C, but not all kids know how to do that. So it's much better if you just turn it into a hyperlink. And so I usually say, watch this YouTube video before the assignment. Now I'm not going to assign it because this is not a true assignment for them. But I do press save for drafts, and then when I'm ready to release, then I'll go ahead and release. And then I can always look back. Before I do release, I'll double check things to see how it looks. I'm not going to keep this one, but that is a way for you to store them. So that's how I make them. If you notice that I didn't use Microsoft Word, I think one of the questions that has been coming up has been, how are you getting them to do like reading passages? So I'm going to show that to you also just real quick. Let's say I said, you know what, like I need them to read something and I need them to extract some information from it. So let's say that I want them to learn something about Venus flytraps. Those are really cool. Those always make kids want to read. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, we'll grab something from Wikipedia or whatever source you're using. For science, sometimes it's STEMscopes. But let's say I wanted them to read all of this. I would put this in my forms, and to give credit to Wikipedia, according to Wikipedia, I'm just gonna put it that way so that I'm giving credit. I didn't write this myself. The Venus flytrap is a carnivorous plant native to subtropical wetlands. When an insect or spider is crawling, it looks like it's talking about how it captures its prey. So then the question would be, how does a Venus flytrap, get nutrients? Now I just made them read, and now they have to go ahead and put their answer. And of course, I always like to make sure that I have a nice picture for them. So I'm going to save as. These are my distant learning pics. Venus flytrap hairs. Very cool. And I'm going to put an image because I always like to provide everything with an image. Things that look prettier, kids will respond to them. So put images as much as you can. Even if you have to repeat an image, it's just a better visual for them. Okay. And now it's already in my assignment. So when you do this, I will say this, if let's say I was editing like Plantain Animalia and I did it in forms, I actually have to update and reshare this to make sure kids get the most updated one. So you want to make sure when you're doing this and you actually assign it that you are giving kids the most final form, because if you have to edit it and redo it, delete and add, your kids have to retake it, which is what I experienced this week. So that's an example. Notice I didn't put any Microsoft Word. This comes out on the cell phone. And it's a way to get them just to read. If you can see that your students can read small amounts and they're getting it done, try adding another paragraph and see if you can give them a little bit more reading. With that being said, I hope that helped with how to make an assignment. I hope you have a great day. If you have any trouble, you can definitely reach out to me at Rocio, ROSIO.deleon @Idea Public Schools. Thank you.